know that we're live, but that's okay. Dr. Ruth Anderson here with Enlightened World Network. We're here with Teri Angel and Sally and Toni de la Rosa. We're so glad to be with you all. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We are going to be learning about time heals today. Now, Teri is doing a cross-country adventure wherever Spirit is telling her to land. And in some of those places, she is stopping and teaching a time heals course. We want to learn more about time heals, and Sally and Toni just did this class over the last couple of days. So we want to hear it straight from somebody who just completed the course. But Teri, would you please take a few minutes, tell us about time heals, and why would anybody want to learn this technique?
Why would they? Well, first of all, it was totally brought through, channeled, inspired by the angels. And it is an energy healing modality. That's, I believe, unlike any other on the planet. We work with the chakras. We go in and open up, balance, align. We call in the angels to do the work, as well as a collective of ascended masters that also work with us and through us. And as we go in and open up the chakras and figure out, okay, what's going on here, the angels go in and share with us exactly what's going on. And we go through a very structured process to go through each chakra. And then they're wrapped up in like a blanket of protection, cocooned into some energy that comes, their energy, their chi, that has been taken head to toe and then back up to the soul star and back down into the earth. They're wrapped up in that blanket of energy, and the angels continue to work with their energy fields. It's a very beautiful modality. When I received the channeling 5 years ago, I was not an energy healer and knew nothing about healing. So they shared everything. They laid it out, the whole game plan. This is how you do it. This is what the person receiving is going to be expected to do during the healing. And it's very emotional to do one of these sessions. And I can't wait for these two to share how their experience was yesterday, because Sally is an energy healer. She is a Reiki master, but Toni is not. So it'll be interesting to hear both of their perspectives on what they got from the training. Yes, Toni's a student, but it's not certified until the Time Heal certification.
Okay, so Teri, can you tell me, this was a download from the angels. Do you know which archangel it was? Was it from an archangel or an earth angel, or who was it from? Do you know?
It was 4 archangels. The main one was Archangel Raphael. Raphael is the angel over all healing. And that's who I heard the voice first that told me, get ready, something's happening here. And it was Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel. And the 4 of them, along with a collective of ascended masters, brought through the energy healing, brought through the instructions for it. And I was not at a place where I could write anything down. So they had to bring that back to my memory field for me to write it all out and tell me I got everything exactly the way that it was supposed to be.
Okay, now I have had the benefit of receiving one of these Time Heal sessions, and it was really profound. So I'm so glad I had it. And I know you also can do time heals for animals.
Yes.
So it's using that same modality, but on animals, correct?
On animals. Animals have chakras just like humans do. And they respond to this energy beautifully. They respond anytime you're doing any energy healing, whether it's Reiki, time heals, whatever you're doing. They want to be right there in that energy. So when I first heard that I was supposed to do this with animals as well, I'm like, okay, let's see how this works. And it worked beautifully. Their chakras are kind of similar to ours, but they have additional chakras than we do. And they're able to communicate through just helping us to see what they're feeling. You actually see them when they're feeling the energy and their response to it. So like with humans, we can tell you, we can give you some feedback. They give feedback as well, but in a little bit of a different way.
Okay. And when you do a session on a person, how long does that take?
It depends on what else is going on with the person. Normally around 30 minutes, but it can go up more than that if there's a lot of things that need to be worked on. There can be a chakra that's very blocked. So the angels and the masters spend more time on that particular chakra. There could be a chakra where it's very open, so there's no time really involved with that. But normally I would say 30 to 45 minutes is a normal session.
Okay. And is it the same with animals?
With animals, again, depending on what's going on with the animal, I've done a session on a horse that took an hour. And I've done a session on dogs that was less than 30 minutes. So it really is, it's just whatever is going on and where that energy needs to just stay for a bit to really get in there and get that release done.
Okay. And I know when I had that session that you and Gerald Ann had provided, I was really able to feel Archangel Raphael and Michael and Gabrielle and Uriel. It was just such a profound part of that healing to feel them called in. I would like to hear from Toni first, because it sounds like Toni has the least experience with energy. So Toni, first of all, how long has this training session been?
How long has it been?
Did you do?
We spent all day. We spent
from 9 to like 6.
Yeah.
9 hours.
Yeah, there was a lot to learn, but it was fun. So.
Okay. And are you intuitive where you can sense and feel or hear energy?
I am intuitive. My gifts are opening, and they're opening more and more every day. And I am a student of Reiki with Sally, and I haven't graduated from that yet. So Time Heals course was a little advanced to me, I think, but it was fun. And when I performed it, it was very powerful. Very.
So when you say it was powerful, what did you experience?
When you're playing with somebody's energy, I should use right words. When you're healing somebody's energy, you can feel the energy. Even if you went like this right here now, you can feel the energy, and it's like a tingling. And when Time Heals, when all the archangels and even Jesus was there with Mother Mary, that the tingling was so hot. It was so powerful. It was so hot. I couldn't get over how hot it was, that it just actually made my fingers numb. Yep.
Wow, that's cool. Sally, what about for you? You have more experience with energy. What was the experience, those 9 hours, like for you?
Being a Reiki master and teacher already, there was so much that was similar. There was a lot that was similar, a lot that was in common with practicing Reiki. The tingling sensation, that's always a common thing for Reiki masters and Reiki practitioners. When we get near somebody that needs healing, we sense it in our limbs, our fingers, we can sense it in our toes, depending on how much healing the person needs and how badly in need of it they are. So it went pretty well, I was kind of used to it already, but not exactly. So I don't really call in ascended masters and everything for Reiki, where I call in more like Usui. I call him in himself. to help me kind of go through something. If I find a really blocked chakra, and then I call him in to kind of help me go through this and clear it. But in angel healing or time healing, you actually call in the ascended masters. So that was different, and that made it a bit stronger than Reiki. But it was something that I could also include Reiki in. And, you know, I can include my modality in with the modality that Teri taught us. And I think I can find a really powerful combination with the two. And just speaking of it, my fingers are tingling a lot. So somebody needs healing here. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I was lucky enough to perform it on Teri, shaking in my boots at the same time. You know, but I think if I had to practice it on a teacher, Teri would have been the best one ever, because her chakras are beautiful. They're very light and white, and you know, there was only a few issues and not much at all. More of it was like just through daily living, you know, the aches and pains of daily living. That was probably about it. There wasn't a lot. She's a pretty beautiful soul.
She's an angel.
Yeah,
Make me
so
blush.
yes. But then having watched Toni do it, what Toni didn't mention was that she got the emotional, profound side of it all.
I did.
So she didn't mention that part, but I'll bring that one out. She got the emotional, profound side of it and really felt it to the point of tears.
I did.
So-
I cried
Yeah.
twice.
The release. Yeah, that release for somebody. You know, it's amazing when we can break through somebody else's barriers and release it. And then we feel their sense of peace return, and it hits us very profoundly.
Beautiful.
So, Toni, I think you were pretty blown away when you were the first demonstration of it
Yeah.
in class.
Yes. Teri performed on me to show the others, and it was just amazing. She picked up on everything, including where my Crohn's is.
Everything.
I mean, the exact spot. It just blew me away. It's amazing.
Wow, very cool.
She picked up on all the issues.
Okay, Teri, can you talk a little bit about that combining of modalities, like combining time heals with Reiki?
Absolutely. Time heals works so well with any of the energy healing modalities. You can integrate them in. So let's say you get to a person that is having some physical pain and you've identified that pain, you can immediately start putting the Reiki energy in there while the masters and the angels are opening and balancing. You as a trained Ushui person, practitioner, can infuse that energy in at the same time. Or let's say it's theta healing or any of the other energy healings, you can just immediately start using it. I use quantum touch a lot when I'm doing time heals, especially when it gets to the hip areas. And I believe I did that with you, Toni, where I felt the imbalance in the hip bones and just did some quantum touch breathing and brought it back into balance.
And my hip feels better today.
And then I used it last night, but I was doing Reiki on somebody. We held a fundraising community healing night here last night. And so I used it on a man that came to me that I've never met before. Toni knew him, but I've never met him before. And when I did this on him, I got stuck on his chest. And I'm like, there's something in this heart chakra. There's something different. And after all was said and done, he had told me that he has a machine in his heart, that he's actually on the heart donor list. And it's not a pacemaker, but something else. And it's ran off from batteries and everything. But that's what I picked up on. There was something there, and it was pretty hefty, pretty strong. And yeah, so that really amazed me that I did pick up on that with him too. And I was pretty
His
floored.
heart is completely dead, and he's had 5 strokes.
5 strokes already. So
Yeah. He should not be here, but he is.
it
He
was
has
so
gifted himself.
strong that it actually filled my heart chakra up and almost made it difficult to breathe.
And that's one of the benefits of being trained and attuned to the time heals energy, it increases all of your clair ability. So you're going to be more clairaudient, clairvoyant, all of it. You're going to feel things so much stronger once you get that attunement to the energy, because you have that direct connection with that collective of ascended masters and with the angels.
Yeah, that's no kidding. You do feel it a lot stronger.
And
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh.
as strong when you do it virtually, because that's how I was doing it when I had my emotional breakdown.
Breakthrough.
Oh, breakthrough.
I love that, Toni. That's great. And I was going to ask that, so thank you so much for bringing that up, that when you are trained, you can do this virtually.
Yes.
Okay. So Teri, could you describe, you are in Allegan, Michigan right now, and you did this 1 9-hour day such that Sally and Toni can use these skills. But that's not as far as your training goes, right? Isn't there another level of your training that people can acquire?
Yes, there is. So the 9 hours yesterday, that was instruction. We did some practice at the end, but they will have private sessions with me, and where they can get very familiar and very comfortable doing the sessions. But then after that, if they want to go on and teach this modality, there is a training and attunement for that, so that they can actually be teachers and teach other people in the community or anywhere in the world, actually, because it can be taught remotely.
Okay, perfect. So while you're on your travels, if folks want to set up a training for themselves or other people, they can contact you directly, and you all can make those plans. And if anybody wants a session with you, they could contact you directly and set that up as well.
Yes, that is true. And I'm looking for people that want to host the Time Heals training. If anyone across the country would like to just say, yeah, come here, teach us, I'm more than willing to do that. I've been listening to the guidance of the angels as far as where to go. So if somebody is feeling that desire to have it happen where they're at, that's the angels nudging and saying, yeah, that's where you're supposed to go. Go there.
Fabulous. All right. So thank you for joining us. If anybody has any questions about Time Heals, please reach out to Teri Angel. And thank you for being with us here at Enlightened World Network. We're so glad you're here with us. Ladies, thank you. So much love to each and every one of you.
Thank
You
you.
too.
To you too.
Thank you so much.
Teri, you're going to have to stop that.
I'm waiting for you to
We're
do
waiting
it
for you.
patiently.
Don't you want to
everybody.
continuously
I know,
smile?
right? We're just supposed to stay on all day.
Just sit there and smile.